Hello, welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Lauren.
And I'm Ian.
And this is our Strength and Swings class, week 3 of semester 1 of 2025. We are progressing our two-handed swing skills as well as our get-ups. So let's get started with our bodyweight warm-up. We have our kettlebells off to the side that will be joining us shortly. But first, a little prep time.
With the body weight. I'll stand with my feet in a squat stance, and maybe instead of swings, Lauren will squat instead. Play that by ear. Check out your squat and hinge and swing squats today. And until then, it's that bodyweight warm-up. So in my squat stance, it's a chin tuck to look at the floor. And from here, I'll rotate looking over my right shoulder, and then up the wall towards the middle. And then in middle, do our chin tuck. So the crown of the head goes high as you reach back down. And then from here, alternate as to rotate away from the original side. In my case, it's to the left, up the wall, to the ceiling, crown head high, and return to the level horizon look. Then extension. So reversing that as we go up first, then our rotation, followed by our chin tuck or flexion, then our rotation back to middle, and pull down on those neck flexors as we help up, which I know sounds a bit backwards, but add that stability as we then rotate, followed by our chin nod down, find middle, and resume on the horizon. We'll do that same effort in the rib cage in a second, but maybe just mix up your stance and let's attend to those shoulder blades first. So with the hands at the sides, arms nice and straight at the elbows, light effort, shrug up. Then find those lats, those armpit muscles, low traps, and pull down. Find up one more time, let that up shape win, but try to pull down at the same time, creating that suspension to support the shoulder blade. Then, light effort, relax. Now find those deep armpit muscles as imagine holding heavy kettlebells and pulling low, and let those scap depressors win, and against, try to shrug up. Creating this isometric tension for stability might create some tension through the arms, and then easy on the off. Let's do the same thing with arms out front, working the shoulder blades forward and back. Round the shoulder blades forward, protracting, and then retract the shoulder blades squeezing together, ensuring that we don't flare ribs. Then round forward, spreading the blades, let the rounding shape win, but try to pull together for 5, 4, breathing throughout, and then coast that effort away. Then squeeze the blades together. And this is similar to that kettlebell swing where we'll be able to retract the blades. The tension will want to pull those arms forward, but you're going to keep the shoulders retracting for 3 more seconds, and then easy on the off with just a little bit of a shake. Resume towards your squat stance, so that slightly more open stance now, and repeat that figure 8 pattern that we did earlier at the head and neck through the rib cage. Hands across body, modest chin tuck, shoulders back, and flex or round forward. Next, add a rotation. Encourage a side bend to the back corner, up and over to middle, and then again, shoulder blades back as you flex or round forward. Then it was the rotation to the side bend to the back corner, up and over to middle, and pull the shoulder blades together as you reset. Then it's the extension. So we're abs on as we extend up and over, add our rotation to the back corner, side bend there too, and then a rounding, flexing shape from the back to the front. Engage those abs, up or extension, add our rotation, side bend to follow, circle shape from the back to the front, and again, it's pulling down on abs to get up tall. We'll be pressing today just a little bit, so one last move for me here. Let's get those 2 hands in this imaginary racks position and shrug your shoulders up. But if we press the kettlebell overhead, ensure the shoulder blades are low. Then 2 arms in this. We'll only be doing it 1 as we go forward, but get those arms towards overhead. Are they in line with your ears? Is the rib cage pulled down? Then let's elevate or shrug, and with stiff or straight arms, pull down and groove that chin up, back down into that rack position. Repeat 1 more barehanded as we go up with the arms, the shoulder blades and lats are down. The arms are straight, as Lauren's side profile shows, just about in line with those ears. And then again, elevate or shrug, pull down, and groove that pattern back to rack. If that pressing action wasn't so kind to your shoulders right now, perhaps don't add a bell to that, but test yourself right now and have that show up for us later as part of the Get Up series. Hips.
to the hips here. Let's get them open, and then we'll get into a little more. Standing up tall, let's turn one leg to the front, turn it open, bring it underneath. Repeat on the other side, other leg to the front, underneath. We'll transfer weight to one of those legs and point the other leg to the front. Now keeping that bowl of punch level, let's turn the leg in and then turn it open. Send the leg to the side, keeping the inseam forward, and do the same thing here. The femur turns into internal rotation, and then the inseam rolls forward to external rotation. This time we're going to land. We're going to transfer our weight to the other side, and you should be able to pull a straight leg under. Now keep that leg nice and straight and point it to the front. Turn the leg in, turn it open, all the while keeping that standing leg butt cheek nice and squeezed as you send the other leg to the side, to turn it in again, to turn it open, to land, to push, and then to straight leg under. Let's bring those feet back to parallel, step them a little wider, and now that our internal and external rotation is warmed up, the femurs will be happy to hinge. So we'll take our hips and we'll drop them back into our hinge or our deadlift position. Just pause here for a second. Our chest is slightly lifted. Our shins are vertical. Our weight's through our hamstrings, our glutes, and our core. And then push down and out on the floor and press yourself up to tall. This time, let's do that again, and let's come down into our first plank position to fire up our core while we're at it. So a little chippity chop in the hips, and then we'll tip forward and we'll walk ourselves out to our first plank. In our plank here, our hands are under our shoulders, our toes are tucked, and either we're from our knees or from your toes. You can be from your toes. I just think I'm done with planks from my toes for now. So we'll pull our shoulders down. We'll squeeze our butts. We'll brace our core, but we'll breathe underneath that. We'll lightly pull the floor together and we'll breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2. Then knees will lift. Step your feet into your hinge position. Walk your hands back. Long spine. Press yourself up to tall. If that was our hinge, next for 2, let's warm up our squat. Round 1 of that squat adjust. Might be slightly wider, might be the same. Pull yourself down. Just above chill and comfortable squat. Come up a little bit. Push out on a femur, keeping the foot heavy, rotating open, and then back to center. And repeat on the other side. Press open. Feet stay, toes stay down. And now take those legs and do their work themselves. Drive them open and then up to tall. Let's pull ourselves back into our squat again and do one more plank. We'll pull ourselves down. We'll tip ourselves forward. We'll walk back out into that plank position and we'll hold. This time, let's pull in that cross body pattern. So without moving, pull your right hand to your left hip and your left hand to your right hip. And brace your abs and squeeze your butts for 3, 2, toes tuck. Try to step your feet back into your squat position, dropping your hips, lifting your chest, and to tall.
On those hinges, swings, hips stay high, squats, they reach low, but not too low. Make sure we can keep that cow tip or that anterior tip of the hips to keep the hips loaded versus loading our spine in both movements. Of course, the spine is loaded, the core is loaded, but wear that tension in the hips. Kettlebells, they're right here. I'm going to get into one extra swing progression, and then we're getting right into those get-ups. So, swings, 3, 3, and 3. 3 stops, 3 hikes, 3 stops, and 3 continuous swings. Are you going to follow along? Barehanded?
I'm going to do this barehanded, yes.
Cool.
And then I'm going to switch to my squats.
Sounds good.
So in our hinge position, our hands are on our real or imaginary bell. And from here, using our lats, we'll pull to zipper and park. Pull to zipper and park. Stay the same height. Pull and park. This time we'll pull. Swing through, park, repeat. Pull, swing through, park. One more time. Pull, swing through, park. This time 3 continuous. 1, 2, 3, and then bell goes down. Stand up without.
Nice.
That
Pop and
imaginary
chops.
bell is heavy.
Yeah, working on those pop and chops, those body weight skills. And again, I'll be swinging in between my sets of get-ups here. Lauren is choosing the squat. So what's one more extra squat warm-up you want to get into here?
I would like to just lightly take my squatting bell, which you could do imaginary too, And we're gonna pick it up to our goblet position, zippity-doo-dah, and we'll pull ourselves down. And we'll just hang out for a second, trying to sit side to side, lifting that chest up, our rock bottom, but not into the slumpy position, and then press to tall. Let's do that 2 more times. Pull ourselves down, try to break parallel, up to tall, and last one, pull down, up to tall. Bell will go down with our hinge, and up without.
The swings, like we did in those squats, allow us to get under the bell with a nice extra little warm-up, as well as to work on that technique. Keep your technique paramount to your practice because it's safe and strong to do so, but we'll use the swings or squats in between the sets of our get-ups, starting at the top today, a press overhead, all the way down in your get-up, all the way back up. Repeat, on the other side. First set, 1 press, second set, 2, third set, seeing where we can go towards that number 5 for 5 rounds, 50 total swings. Lauren's gonna squat for about 5. Pick your numbers accordingly. And let's get at it, Lauren. Tell us what to do.
All right, so our first round, as promised, we'll start this get up from the top, which means we're going to press our kettlebell. If you're working with a bell that's too heavy to press, you could start on the floor, maybe throw in a floor press. Here we go, hip hinge, grip rack, 1 press, and now it's that full get up down. Leg you can touch, steps back, step open, rotate hinge, sweep, elbow, away to your back. Keep the bell up, hip drive pull, find your hand, bridge sweep, press through, square up, stand up, pull bell down, park bell. Shake it out.
And what you do on one side, you always like to do on the other. So that's my left side to press first. So here we go on the other side, our right side to hike, to rack, full body tension, full press, drop down lunge, taking your time in these transitions. Through, find the elbow to our back, and then we drive the hip. We sit tall, bridging and sweeping, press the floor away, square up the lunge, yep, full body tension to stand, and then return it to the rack position and return it to the floor.
Now,
Cathartic side can feel nice, and what's up?
So now here's where Team Ian does 10 continuous swings and Team Lauren will do 5 squats. Pick one. Don't do a swing squat.
One or the other. Sounds
One or the other. So when you're ready, get your bell and up to 10 swings. If you're swinging, it's that hip drive through, the loads through the hammies and the core. If we're squatting, we're keeping that chest lifted. And 1-ish more for us. I'm not counting your reps. Barely counting mine.
Breathe with those squats. It's that in on the down and on the up. It's the same thing with the swing. Inhale on that backswing and that nice forceful exhale on the up. In between, slow it down. Breathe in slow and out even slower.
Because we're on round 2 here, and here we are performing 2 presses at the top, all the way down, all the way back up. So when you're ready, start with that other hand if you could. Bring it to the rack position. Up 1, pull it down. Up 2, keep it there. Step back, step open. Rotate hinge, sweep, elbow, back. Keep the bell up and return via that get up pattern to tall, using the lunge, pulling the bell to the rack, and then placing it on the floor.
How much rest is Lauren going to give us between sides? Not too much, I don't think. So get yourself set up, ground yourself, little chip chop on those hips, into the rack position. Lauren has 1 press.
Whoop.
What about that second one? Yup, there we go. And drop down in the lunge, and open, and sweep. Find the elbow, and to the back. Try to match our pace here, or, match our pace, or even slower. Take your time.
As you press through that line,
Stay focused.
pull the bell down. One of those good and bad things about get up, so you can't think about other things. So don't.
That was a little off the script, and that almost went a little bit sideways, but All good. All good.
All right, another round of 5 squats or 10 swings. When you're ready, assume your start position and pull and up. Inhale down, push down and out on the floor for both activities. At the top of both of these, we have those plank-like abs. We're pulling the bell apart, keeping those shoulders retracted, and placing the bell down with control. You okay?
Yeah. Little hiccups, they happen, but making sure you're feeling safe, strong, and we'll learn from that the next time. And just making sure the grip is strong and stay on the script. Just calling out those different phases, but stay slow because it does make it harder.
All right, we're on to round 3 here, which is 3 presses. And if you did alternate your start arms, we're back to that original side. So let's set ourselves up in our hinge to pick up our bell to the rack. Adjust your stance as needed. Up 1, inhale down. Up 2, inhale down. 3, bell stays up. Step back, step open, rotate hinge, sweep, elbow to your back, hip drive, pull, find your hand, bridge sweep, press through, square up, stand up, pull down, 2 hands park back.
Can I make a request here, Lauren?
I talk
You
again?
keep the microphone today on that one.
Okay.
You're the best.
Yeah. I don't know who's got more weight here, though. Oh, yeah, you still win, thankfully. Not 70 pounds yet. Okay. Same thing, other side. Use our hinge to pick it up and press. Oh, and then press again. Oh, press again. Now keep it up there. And that step back lunge. Open, rotate hinge, sweep. Here, I like to think about pushing away from my elbow to the floor. And then on the up, pulling on that elbow versus crunching that bell to the first position. Adjust your stance, come up, pull down, park bell. Whew. Take a second off.
Thank you.
Just a second.
Just one. And with those shakes and wiggles, hit the reset button. Check the battery on the camera as much as the battery in your body.
Hope we're okay.
Charge it up by doing just a little bit, but avoid those depleting moments where you just don't have any more. Stay to that until week 8. We'll try that too.
10 swings, bringing you to 30 and me to 15. So up to that goblet, pulling down, up to tall. Hips driving through. Both activities we finish with fully extended hips at the top, but also engaged core, so we're not leaning back to achieve that extension. Elbow to a bit of a fringe hinge.
Don't cheat. And take the time off in the middle. So I was swinging that set, I was thinking back to workouts over the Christmas break where our brother-in-laws were in here, and they're saying, Ian, are you supposed to bend your elbows on the down phase of the swing? And our answer is no. So think about that, looking for those refining tips. Keep the elbow straight in the swing, but as Lauren, keep it nice and tight to the body in that squat. Both are right answers, it just depends what the question was.
Always depends.
Whew.
All right, we are on set 4. I am fine to press 4 times. Are you?
Oh yeah.
All right. 4 presses, full get up, down, full get up, up. We're back to that second arm. Hinge, pull to rack. Up 1, pull down. Up 2, butts and abs. Up 3, driving to the pinky side. And 4. Leg you can touch, steps back. Steps open. Rotate hinges. Sweeps. Elbows. Backs. Pull yourself back up as you return through, squaring up and standing up tall. Pull the bell down, return it to the floor. Take a second.
Take a second, thank goodness.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Hinge. Pull to rack. Up. 1. Eyes up. 2. At least forward. They don't have to look uppity up, but forward. And 4. Keep it there. And step back when you're ready. Open, rotating, sweep, elbow, press to your back. And again, pull yourself up, spinning that hand as you sweep, press through, square up, stand up, pull down, park bell. Take your breath. You catch your breath, I can keep talking. Ian's team is getting up. Is this 50 or 40?
10
we
swings?
Started after 40.
This gets us to 40.
40. So this gets you to 40 swings here. We're in our second last round. Let's pick up the bell appropriately and 5 to 10 reps here. It's not that you have to be doing 10 swings. We've been building that endurance over the weeks. But if 10 swings is too many, pick a number that's less than 10. Make sure number one looks like number last one.
Slow in, slow out, through the nose if possible. And with one more rest, maybe one more training tip to go here, Lauren. What are your thoughts?
Well, as promised, we were going to try to do 5 presses. Feels good for you?
Yep.
Okay.
A little hard, but we got it. That's what we're here for.
Okay, good. So we'll do 5 presses and we'll do one more get up, down, and up on each side. 10 total get ups is a perfectly acceptable, appropriate, and wonderful way to get your workout done nice and quickly, but efficiently. Don't rush it. First side.
Thank you for the extra time.
You're welcome. I could talk about other things, but I think that's good. Pull to the rack, and we're up 1. Pull down. Up 2. Pull down. Up 3. Pull down. 4. And last one, 5. Bell stays up. Steps back. Sorry. Open.
Here we are.
Or rotate, hinge. Don't rush. Elbow back. Keep the bell up and up to elbow. Up to hand. Bridge sweep. Press through. Square up. Stand up. Pull down. Park bell.
Oh, those stabilizer muscles, the grip. Thank you for waiting for us.
No problem. Let's do the same thing on that. So I'll buy you in a little bit more time as we have one more round to go here. When that weight gets heavier, a little bit more rest might be necessary. Try to balance pushing that endurance, but also when you're working with some strength skills, you need longer rest.
I know.
So it's a tipping point. How we always work on. All right, first side, second side. Last set of presses here today for 5, 4, 3, 2-ish. And hopefully one more. And then we keep that bell up there and we do our full last get up down to the floor as we get to our back. And then we come back up for the last time today, finding that hand, doing our bridge sweep, squaring up, standing up, pulling down, parking bell.
Oh.
And it's the final countdown.
10 swings.
10 swings for Team Ian, capping off with 50 swings total, 10 get-ups, and we're finishing our last set of 5 squats for 25 squats here tonight. Pull down, up to toe. Pull down, up. If you're hinging, keep the hips pushing towards the wall behind you. Try to avoid those lazy hinges that aren't quite hinges fully, and just pretend swings. You did it.
Thank you for celebrating movement with us. And thank you for taking the mic here tonight, Lauren. That helped me immensely.
As we finish up today's practice, let's just do a couple deep breaths together. So we'll take a nice inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale through the nose. Inhale, hold, exhale. Let's hold. Inhale again. And hold. and exhale, and hold. One more time, in, hold, exhale, hold, and relax. Not easy.
Not at all, especially through the nose.
But that box breathing might even help you get to sleep. So check that out when your head hits a pillow. If your eyes don't just close. Anyway, until next time, week 4, which means we're halfway through the semester.
That's crazy. Our third trimester. The semester.
And remember to check out our website for our blog links if fresh one went out today. You can sign up for email that goes out every 2 weeks, so not too often, but nice stories to come your way.
And if stories aren't quite your thing and streaming your strength is Thursdays, other side of the room, a little more of the mobility, hips that Lauren shared with us to open up for those squats and more presses. Yes, full body strength, full body mobility, bars and bells. Let's do it again.
Remember to like and subscribe on YouTube. And until next time, take care.
Stay strong.
And let's train soon.
Have a good day.
Goodbye.